Risk is our business. That's what the Starship is all about. That's why we're aboard her.
Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to another episode of Games That Weren't, the series where I take you on a journey through cancelled and beta games that just never happened. Today we're talking about Star Trek Secret of Vulcan Fury. It is the 23rd century. An olive branch has been offered to the Federation world of Vulcan from their most infamous adversary, the Romulan Empire. In an unprecedented move, a meeting on Vulcan is agreed upon with the Romulan ambassador Turian and the Vulcan High Council with the hopes of reunifying the two races once again. To ensure the security and safety of the mission, the Romulan delegates are carried through Federation space to Vulcan by none other than the USS Enterprise under the command of legendary Captain James T. Kirk. Both Captain Kirk and his Vulcan First Officer Mr. Spock know and appreciate the tension surrounding the peace talks. Not only are there those in the Romulan Empire who express distrust of the Vulcan people, but some Federation citizens are suspicious of the intentions of the Romulan ambassador. Even as they beam down to Vulcan, a voice of dissent is heard condemning the presence of the Romulans in Federation space. The ranting of a member of the Tellarite race is heard only to be dismissed as another emotional response to what is not yet fully understood. Indeed, both Vulcan's highest-ranking politicians and Ambassador Turian see and desire the benefits of reunification. However, Ambassador Turian will never see the fruits of his labor. He has been brutally murdered. The young Tellarite, Turian's most outspoken critic, is held accountable. But all is not what it seems on Vulcan. Although the number one suspect to the murder has confessed to the crime, too many things are amiss. In addition to the homicide, the leader of the Vulcan High Council has disappeared. Also missing is Turian's chief of security, Ulysses. With the diplomatic talks in a state of confusion, Captain Kirk must put together the pieces of a baffling puzzle at the center of which lies a shocking and ancient enigma. Spock remains with the delegates to maintain order while Kirk and McCoy comb the streets of Vulcan's capital city of Shikar and the expanse of its brutal desert to find why Turian was assassinated and what secret is being hidden from the Federation. In 1997, Interplay began production on a new Star Trek video game that would have featured everything from 3D rendering throughout the game to beautiful cutscenes that would have put the static camera angles of the day to shame. This would have been a shining example of what technology was capable of in the late 90s. The game would have included the cast of the original series, as well as the use of motion capture technology to bring Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Scotty, Sulu, Chekhov, and Uhura to life just as they were 30 years prior. In theory, this sounds great. But, from the beginning of development, this game was pretty much doomed. This game was meant to include full CGI cutscenes of feature film quality like Toy Story had achieved a few years earlier. However, the game only had about 1/20th of the budget of a Toy Story movie, and by '97, Interplay's popularity had been waning. They simply didn't have the budget for a title that was this ambitious. DC Fontana is a name that many Trekkies will know very, very well. She is one of the most well-known writers for the original Star Trek series. She was hired to help script Secret of Vulcan Fury, but due to contract arguments and creative disagreements, the script simply never got finished. So let's see. Lack of script? Check. No budget? Check. Developer fading from the public eye? Definitely a check. Yeah, this game never stood a chance. I might also mention that before this game even had any kind of real demo, before it even had any real playable material, they had already made an agreement with Quaker for an advertising campaign and a sweepstakes. So ultimately, this is a Star Trek game that would have given us hours of gameplay, a wonderful feeling of nostalgia, incredible graphics, and maybe even sequels. This game could have reshaped the way we think about Star Trek games, kinda like a certain recent Star Trek game promised, and then failed kinda miserably. Which is fine, I guess. Anyway, That's what I've got for you guys today. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my channel for more gaming videos. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/becominglucid, and stop by my other channel, LDTV, link in the description box below. As always, thank you for watching, keep gaming, and stay lucid.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh, I'm here to fucking amuse you. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me what's funny.